Hello, everybody.
What is up, Dash League?
We got another matchup on this nice Sunday afternoon.
Sky versus Fire.
Well, there you go. Two pretty good teams. I don't know what tier we're actually in right now, but I know that I've had a lot of experience with both these teams, and they're very fun to be around.
This is a Dasher tier, isn't it? The middle tier.
I think it actually might be Sprinter tier right now.
Or Sprinter, that's what I meant. That's what I meant by the middle tier. I get confused by the dashing, the walking, the sprinting. Like, the whole speed thing, like, it makes sense. And I wouldn't have, like, called the tiers differently, but I'm still stupid. I get it confused all the time. But anyways, I'm not Gollum.
Oh, hello, I am Willow.
And there you have it. We've got, it looks like we only have 4 Fire players in at the moment. I hope they can get their 5th. I've noticed recently in some of their games they've had some issues getting a full roster of 5 players, at least in one of the more recent ones they did. I wonder what's going on there.
They've definitely been having some difficulties lately. I think I heard that Noble or one of their players
has been sick.
Sick, yes. Yeah.
And it looks like they're in the game now, so hopefully they're feeling okay enough to play.
Yeah, I definitely hope so. But, you know, I guess we won't know. And I believe that Fire had 5 when I first just dropped the drones in, but I could be mistaken. Let's hope that they can get their 5th here pretty soon. But welcome on in, everybody.
Yeah, and looks like Sky at least has their whole 5 players. Sky has been playing very solidly this season. I love this team, absolutely. I like talking with all the individual players and different channels, hanging out with them. And importantly, playing against them. A lot of good players on their team. I don't remember whether Whale with Cake is one of the players who comes to mind. Whether they changed their name to something else recently, or if they were off the team. But I remember them being a pretty good player.
Removed or changed their name or so. I feel like, yeah, there was definitely something that, you know, was happening. But, you know, yeah, they're a very good player. I mean, both teams definitely has. Man with a Perm was very good in a recent scrim that we did with them. I believe Money is a heavy disruptor over on Sky's team.
So we'll be looking out for that.
Yeah, and we know that Noble is an absolute killer over on Fire. Definitely their primary killer. But, you know, not to discount other amazing players like Galil Arthur, which, insane, has an average of like 20,000 points on Waterway.
Yeah, that's pretty much unheard of, at least for me. Even in games that go the full 25 minutes, I hardly ever get above, like, 15,000 points, maybe, if I'm doing good that game. But
yeah,
20,000, 22,000 in one of the games that they were playing on Waterway.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Do we know what maps are coming up here?
Yes, I believe that it was Launchpad, Waterway, and then Control Point.
All right, this seems kind of like the league standard for map choices. I mean, not to discount the maps, they're fun.
No, Launchpad Quarry, actually.
Launchpad Quarry?
Yeah,
okay. Switching it up just a little bit.
Getting a little adventurous. I know that last time we were casting, we were talking about how it's very interesting that, you know, Quarry was kind of avoided at all costs. And now teams seem to really be picking up on Quarry. You know, I don't know if they're enjoying it, they're getting burnt out of that Waterway, but, you know, we see it way more this season.
Or maybe it's like a strategic choice of hopefully my team has practiced Quarry more than the other one, and maybe the other team hates it more, and they can get it. I'm someone who loves playing Quarry, legitimately.
Yes, you will always advocate for Quarry.
I will always advocate for Quarry. It's not just whether the other team dislikes it or not. I would want to play it.
Yeah.
But it is definitely very repetitive and back and forth, and you kind of have to keep trying the same thing until it eventually works and all the pieces fall together.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to stay very consistent. I don't know how many people watched the Southern Cross versus Arc match. I was in the commentating booth for that, but they did Quarry, and Arc won all 3 points, but it went several minutes, something like 12, 13 minutes. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of trying the same strategy. With slight variations, trying to get a one-up edge on their opponent, and it was very exciting to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing how that compares to the Fire versus Sky game here.
Yeah, definitely. And we definitely see, you know, kind of changes in philosophies of playing and strategies when you kind of don't have super top teams. I mean, Arc is you know, has been a top 3 team for, you know,
the entire history of league.
Basically, they are pretty close to an unstoppable team, and so strategies change a lot when you're not dealing with a team that has that much experience, that much, you know, vigor, that much, you know, just raw, you know, power and even history.
Yeah, and when the teams are a lot more even, or at least the expectation is that they're going to be a lot more even, your strategies can really change a lot. Yeah, it seems like Fire still is missing that 5th player. That really is unfortunate if they're not able to get that 5th in.
That would be very unfortunate.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that would be rough for them. Because that 5th player really being down 1 player, especially when the teams are even, like I expect these two are going to be, is a huge detriment to your team. And really makes the fight that much more of an uphill battle. Usually one more person can make the difference in every team push when the entire team on both sides is wiped and there's one person left over.
Oh, there we go.
Ink.
Ink.
I don't think I've seen Ink before.
Ink, I know they just recruited a new member from Disorient Channel, Muted Monster. That might be what his in-game name is. I don't think I recognize an Ink, though. Let's hope that it's not, you know, they're not outing their alias right now.
And also checking in, Arrowhead, is Not Golem's audio, my audio, good now? Is it audible? I'll just wait to see what you say in the comments about that. Thank you. Since we have a little bit of a delay.
Right. Oh, right. No, that's Blot Ink, and I think they recently just changed it to Ink.
Okay.
Or they might be changing it back to Blot Ink right now.
Maybe they were just pubbing as Ink.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there definitely is a trend in Dash League to move your name shorter and shorter as possible, right?
It definitely makes it easier on the casters, I suppose, to just kind of have 1-syllable names or 2 syllables to go through.
Yeah,
not have to shorten it ourselves, but there we go. Yeah, that's exactly right.
There we go. Yep.
I recognize Blot Ink.
Well, here we go.
I assume both teams are ready, just getting prepared to start that match. We've got the signal that the caster is ready.
Yeah.
I guess Fire's doing one last little talk, maybe to catch in Blot Ink.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's hard to have a player join at the last minute. They are only 2 minutes away from getting that 1-minute warning. And I did warn them that this stream might have to go a little short, so let's hope that they play well. Man with a perm playing a nice little heart. I love the vibrating player models. That's just the funniest. Dark Moon does that all the time. He'll just come up and vibrate at you, and it's so funny.
Shake his entire being. That's something I like about VR in general, is how expressive you can be with it, and how the movements, even when they're like kind of glitchy sometimes, your hand is clipping into your body, they still feel very natural. Because you're able to completely control the most important bits, your head, your arms, by that extension, your body, your legs. You can really see the person kind of behind the model. Showing off those robo muscles, I see.
This is exactly what you're getting to. You'd never get that in another game, but man with a perm, if I'm Sky, I'm shaking right now. I'm terrified. I mean, we know that Hyperdash is a game with some heavy weapons, but man with a perm is bringing the gun show right now.
The big guns. Looks like Fire got that little talk in that they needed, and now we're going to go ahead and start the match.
All right.
So Launchpad, we're starting out with Sky on red. They're going to have to set up their defense around that first building for Fire to have to push through to be able to push the cart. Fire starts out with the spawn advantage and is obviously going to have a hell of a time trying to clear out these Sky players. It doesn't look like anyone on Sky is setting up inside the house, though. That's kind of a unique thing, at least in my perspective. I usually see at least one person in the bottom of the house, but it looks like Sky's really trying to bring the fight as far away from the cart as possible and then sneak in afterwards.
Wanderer immediately getting taken out with
good
those shocks.
Kill by Arthur.
That's
Double
definitely
kill.
not what you want. Oh,
Triple?
Arthur. Oh,
Nice.
Arthur killing it.
It looks like there's only one Sky player, maybe zero, around the cart right now. That is huge for Fire, getting a clear so quickly in this
Oh
match.
man, you never see that. You never see a team clear out another team that quickly. But it seems like, you know, Fire was not able to kind of push out, take space, and make Sky uncomfortable. So Sky was able to come right back into their spawn, sending multiple people. Maybe this will be Sky's second chance to do what they couldn't before.
And stopping the cart too. It was great to see Fire double stacking the cart, but since the cart got stopped, that almost kind of made up for the time that Fire had originally gained once Sky was able to stop the cart for just a little bit. The cart still isn't moving now. Sky is bouncing all around the cart. It looks like they kind of overcame that initial forward push that Fire was able to maintain at the beginning of the match there. Seems like Gadget Man was just dashless on the rail. I mean, it happens.
It does.
And Sky has some sort of rockets set up. I wonder if those just got taken out and that's why they're stacking the cart. I hope so. Otherwise, Gadget Man's in for a surprise.
Oh, and there is
As
that
I
surprise.
say that, money set up.
This is an insane flip-flop. I don't think I've ever seen something like this where one team clears at the enemy of their base so readily and then they absolutely make up for it in no time. I mean, this is a great job by Sky right here to shut it down. I mean, really, Fire should already be at the bottom of the hill based just off of the spawn clear that they got alone.
But Sky just has been very good at recovering ground after losing it. Both teams have gone very back and forth, like you've been saying. Gummy Bear going for some disruption. A lot of disruption, really, I think, kind of summarizes the situation. Both teams are pushing very far forward, both behind and in front of the cart, depending on your color.
Ooh.
Looks like we're starting to get our way down the hill. Arthur setting up, getting a lot of nasty headshots, killing the rockets too. Good job, Arthur.
Arthur, that was a near entire team clear by Arthur alone. So, yeah. So congratulations to him.
That said, looks like Arthur was disrupting behind them. Kind of ended their disruption there. Man with a perm making his way around the cart, trying to get a solo clear, make room for his teammates to catch up. Money. I assume setting up somewhere with rockets. Looks like they just got those rockets set up and was able to take out Gadget Man. Gadget Man trying to get some explosives set up. I'm sure he expects Sky players to either set up on the health pack at the end of this high rail or on the cart itself. Probably going to follow up behind Noble and the rest of his teammates and take out his opponents where he sees them. Rather than trying to be the first one to push. Good flank by Gadget Man. How's he going to follow it up? The cart's not moving. This flank doesn't matter if the cart doesn't move. Good kill by Arthur, or by Gadget Man, my bad. But Money set up with the rockets, so this team clear basically didn't matter. Sky was able to keep a hold on the cart. This seems like a big issue for Fire, is being able to get behind the enemy team and get some kills, but not move the cart, despite being able to do that. And just there, we saw another example of that. There was one Fire player on the cart, maybe one or two of them disrupting in front of it, but almost no movement until just now. Good push by Noble on the cart. Fire really setting up around Bird Fever, trying to disrupt any sort of hold that Fire could set up here as they move underneath the bridge. How's these rockets? We got one hit. Blood Ink just committing to staying on this cart for his entire life. Got some very good push there, kind of depending on the rockets just barely missing him or only being able to kill him in 2 shots instead of 1 so that he can get as much push as possible. Sky is set up around the corner here. We've got, I assume, Fire setting up for some sort of large group push so they can go all at once. Good flank by Wanderer. It looks like Arthur was not expecting someone to be waiting right there. We've got one Fire player on cart. Mukau getting taken out very rapidly. Wanderer making his way forward, trying to vary his placement, but he gets taken out. Arthur setting up on the health pack. We know how dangerous he can be, especially to Rocketeers. He's trying to push up. He didn't have enough dash, only some sprint. Couldn't take out the Rocketeers, and this push is dead in the water. There's only one Fire player left. It looks like Fire is really trickling heavily right now. They have to set up for a group push. They have to take out the Rockets and the rest of Sky's team hold all in one go. If they do it just a few players at a time, then they're not going to get any movement on the cart. Gadget Man looking to get some clears on the cart with those shocks, getting taken out by a beautiful money shot. Money shot. Money still set up with the rockets. I don't think they've died anytime in the past 1 or 2 minutes here. That's very good for Rocketeer, who's now setting up in a sneaky spot. This is very smart. I like this variability. They've been set up in the back line for so long. Fire is probably going to readily expect them to be there. We saw exactly that. They pre-fired in the location where Money has been this entire match, and Money was just not there. Getting another good kill on the cart. That was very smart play by Money. It looks like Fire's trying to get some inches on the cart while Money is not watching, but now they're set up. Fire's going to have to take out these rockets. Probably going to expect them to be in the location they're in now. But it looks like Fire is still continuing to trickle. Money's getting some good shots on the cart. They are millimeters away from getting this push. They just need one more teammate to push, but Money is getting too good with these rockets. And Sky holds them at checkpoint, inches away from making it underneath. Fire was just not able to get that team push. Let's see how the Sky offense compares to the Fire defense. Damn. That was tough. That was a good hold by Sky, really protecting those rockets. The rockets were taking some smart positions, varying where they were. And conversely, Fire was getting some great pushes. They just weren't able to combine them with cart pushes quite as well as they needed to. Let's see how Fire's hold is going to go here. Let's go ahead and watch. Let's watch. I guess we'll watch Money. I don't know how to change the player cam at the moment, but that's fine. We've got a lot of Fire players set up in the house. This is more what I expect, is a lot of people in the house not letting Sky use that cover to traverse this open zone here. Good kill by Arthur. Got stuck on the rails, unfortunately. It happens. Looks like there's still a lot of Fire players set up here. That was a good left-hand shot. Noble set up in the house. Low health. Gets taken out by Money. They just peaked at just perfectly the wrong moment. It's hard to know when to expect that. I think at this point, Sky almost has the base cleared. Now they have the base cleared. This would be the time when I would expect teams to start pushing up and really call out base clear. Let's all go. This positioning by Money is very defensive, but honestly, I think it's important to consider that often the best defense is a good offense. You really need to not give your enemy the grounds to get behind you, like Fire's been doing here. Though, if Fire isn't able to set up with rockets or set up a hold further back, I guess it really doesn't matter where Sky is holding. Money in the house, trying to clear some space, getting a good kill on the rails. Fire just has not been able to stop this cart nearly as much as Sky has been able to at this point in the game. Sky is definitely on track to make it down the hill with plenty of time left to make it to the checkpoint. Fire really needs to set up with these rockets. Good kill by Arthur. Now he has to play very defensive. He doesn't have teammates around him. Good kill by Money. Money going for a flank, trying to not let a secondary Rocketeer set up. Or maybe he's trying to kill Arthur again. Noble says, no thank you, not my team. Now he's having to deal with another disruptor. Sky is just not letting these rockets set up at all. Getting some solid triple stack pushes behind the back of this. Sky is doing fantastic right now. Mukau went for those staple guns, wasn't quite able to secure it. Sky is 4 minutes left underneath the SMG bridge. Their disruption combined with their cart pushing is absolutely perfect. That was a great headshot, a very important headshot by Man with a Perm. Because now Fire has no rockets. Noble just has to set up with the rockets here. It seems like the timing of Sky's pushes towards the Rocketeers is almost exactly what they need in order to prevent the Rocketeers from setting up. And there you go, another kill. Just before every single team push is when Sky gets the kill on the rockets. There's a lot of good communication going on Sky's side of things. Noble setting up, trying to get those rockets. It looks like one teammate went ahead and took them from him. We've got 3 minutes to make it 1% before Sky wins this game. Now, even though Sky might win this game, I assume they will win this game. It's only a matter of time and how long Fire can prevent this win. That doesn't mean the game is over. It's far from over. There's still the MMR to consider. As long as Fire is able to hold off Sky considerably after this checkpoint, their MMR loss and conversely Sky's MMR gain could be minimized. It looks like Sky almost going to make it under here, but Noble too good with it. getting a whole, what was that, 3 kills solidly just standing on the cart. And now they're trying to set up, get a long sight line, not let any of Sky ride that high rail. Man with the perm, though. Good dash management. All of Sky pushing in at once. There's only 2 fire members left. Are they going to be able to get this push? Fire trying to just stand on the cart, not give Sky an inch of movement. Sky has spent a whole minute on this last percent. Fire has been really adamant about having players set up on the cart. If Sky gets any sort of explosives, though, that's bad news for Fire. Fire really has to be moving forward and proactively preventing movement of the cart. It seems like Sky might have made it the last final 0.25% that they need, though. I'm not sure. If they get any movement of the cart at this point forward, I think that's a win. There we go, and that's the checkpoint. Man, that's unfortunate. Fire was so close to getting checkpoint here. They just weren't quite able to get the final push that they needed. Sky going ahead and trying to get some disruption here. But Noble getting some sick kills, kind of clearing the zone, getting the 3rd disruptor there. There's only 1 Sky player on cart and the rest of them respawning. Noble gets 1 good kill on cart and then dies. Hopefully his teammates are following up. Mukau trying to clear the shotgun, but there were 2 Sky players there. That's kind of hard to do a 2v1 effectively. Wanderer making his way forward, getting a good kill on a rail rider. I don't know why they were riding the rail backwards like that. Man with the perm, set up in the triangle room, bouncing between inside and outside, really varying his positioning there, trying to follow the dash trails of the fire players. Mukau, though, getting a good sneaky follow-up on Man with a perm, not letting him set up in that triangle, making space for Fire to be able to move forward and hopefully stop that cart. The cart's still in this first little zone here, though it's only been about 30 seconds. Maybe a minute at this point, actually. The cart's been stopped a lot more than I thought it would. I thought at this point they'd be moving their way up the hill, but that just doesn't seem the case. They're only just now starting to get to this corner. By no means is this bad timing for Sky, but that is kind of representative of how much Fire has been able to disrupt at this point, since Sky has such a huge spawn advantage at the start area here. And there we go, solidly making it up this hill. Only 1 teammate left for Sky out of everyone in that team fight. 1 player left, but that's all you need. Looks like we got an unfortunate suicide kill there. Good flank by Arthur. Another good flank by Arthur, but just barely out of bullets. Reloaded perfectly in time. Sky is pushing this cart, though, while Arthur's going ahead and trying to get some health. Really, what I would hope they would do is go ahead and push towards the cart. It's okay if you have low health, as long as you're putting pressure on the enemy. That's really the most important thing. You can't forget about the objective. Good trade. But we've got 2 Sky players on the cart, 1 above it, the rest of them catching up. It seems like at this point in time is about the moment when the spawn advantage starts to shift towards Fire's favor. Hopefully they're able to make something of it. Good kill by Noble. A lot of good headshots. Very sneaky, dropping into a position and knowing exactly where to hold your gun, hardly even having to look at the enemy to get that kill. The rest of Fire starting to set up here, but Wanderer very sneakily getting 2 kills there, I think. And pushing the cart. Another Sky player trying to set up around there. Blot Inc. unfortunately getting stuck on the rail. Not expecting the cart to be moving forward quite as far as it is right now. Got about 4.5 minutes, a little over 4.5 minutes left for Sky to be able to make it to 100%. It's not just about making it 100% though. For those who know the league, the time that you make 100% is also important. So anything Fire can do to prevent movement on this cart is very important. Noble goes ahead and gets that dash there, gets a good headshot kill, goes back for some health. It looks like the disruptor from Sky got killed, but that cart is moving. Just as Noble left to get to get health, Sky started pushing that cart again. Now I think Noble's going to be set up in this open area. It looks like they might be alone. We'll see if Sky can effectively clear him out. He's been on a tear currently. It seems like almost nobody on Sky in a 1v1 could take out Noble. They're gonna have to push in as a group like they did just there. Good group push. Are they going to be able to clear the cart though? It looks like Gummy Bear went for that dash, but another teammate went ahead and took it from him. But the rest of Sky is set up around the cart. There's 2 Sky players left. No one on Fire pushing it currently. Cart just got stopped. I think there might be one Sky Disruptor somewhere. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it. Otherwise, they probably have popped up by now. But the rest of Sky is starting to push this cart. Gela Arthur trying to not let Sky get advantage of this shotgun room. Was that a double kill? Well, that was at least 2 kills, if not 3. That was great timing by Arthur. Set up in the shotgun room. Sky did get a little bit of movement there, unfortunately. Sky has been very good about getting a push, starting to move that cart, kind of distracting Fire and pulling their attention away. Fire goes back to get health when they think the push is done, and then one last player on Sky sneak up behind and actually pushes the cart. That's something I've noticed consistently happening throughout this match, is that one last Sky player pushing the cart while the rest of Fire thinks the fight is over. And it's not. You've got to keep your attention on the cart until you hear 5 players dead. If you don't hear 5 dead players, then that last player could be anywhere. You just don't know. Sky starting to get a good push on the cart. That was a very important kill on Gadget Man, since they were pretty much the only one there watching the cart actively. Fire's now pushing towards the cart, trying to get it clear, not let Sky ride that main rail. Bloodink going for that health, kind of setting up high above the cart. Good headshot there. You see why the high ground's important. Wanderer went ahead and flanked them, trying to pull attention away from the cart, like I was talking about earlier. Noblehead going after him. Gets a kill on him. No one on Sky able to follow that up, unfortunately. Looks like Sky's getting a full team group up at this rate. Just because they're taking so long to push forward, it looks like they were trying to take out Noble. They've taken out 2 more Fire players. Gadget Man trying to take a sneaky position on the cart so he can kill players like Money or Man with a Perm. Unfortunately, he was out of bullets there. Just Gummy Bear left on the cart. I think that's only 1 player left on Sky able to push forward. Probably not going to want to do that by yourself, though. You can't take out a whole team solo. Olive Fire kind of set up around the cart there. Money getting taken out of the shotgun room. No way are you going to flank the Bloodink through there. And welcome back, Willow. Hope you got nice and fed. This push has been very solid by Sky. They've had a few stoppages recently. Fire's really gotten set up since they got this spawn advantage. But Fire only just barely, like millimeters away from making checkpoint. And Sky was just about able to make it through.
And they've made it 88% with a minute left. Wow. So, yeah, it is really in Sky's favor right now.
And if Sky is able to turn that corner fully, that is huge for them. That is way easier than going down this straightaway pass where Gadget Man is, since you have the cart protection from the spawn. Fire can't just shoot at the cart from spawn and expect to get a kill.
Gadget had no bullets, even though it was camping the same corner.
Yeah. I think that sometimes happens in these high-stress situations. You kind of get focused on the one thing and you forget about the other thing that you have to do. That's where kind of building up like a reflexive, like, there's no fight happening, I will press the reload button. And just make sure I reload. That way you don't have to think about it and you don't get unfortunate situations like that.
I have very much the opposite issue of always reloading. If anyone ever takes me an engagement, I'm like, hold on, gotta reload first. Like,
middle fight, 1 kill. All right, reload, full bullets. Looks like Sky's starting to push around this corner. Gummy Bear might be trying to set up for this overtime. I don't think they're gonna get it though. I think all of Sky got taken out. Good last hold by Fire.
90%.
And good pushing by Sky. That was very solid offense by Sky.
90% is a very solid amount to push. And you know, if the waterway goes anything like this, then Sky definitely could be walking away with a victory. Let's take a look at those scores.
There we go. We got as I expected. For those who know Noble, he's probably the top killer on Fire. Definitely the top killer in this lobby. Top scorer overall because of that. Over on Sky, Man with a Perm, 57 and 45, top scoring over there as well. Man with a Perm, we saw getting a lot of good flank kills on the Rockets, and I think that really is what made the difference pre-checkpoint, is Sky was able to take out Rockets and then do something with it, much better than Fire was able to do, and much more consistently than Fire was able to do throughout this match.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen now so many times that the meta is just absolutely 100% moving towards as many explosives as possible, and equally for blue, taking out as many explosives as possible so you can stack that cart. And you know, if teams can't, you know, if teams have particularly slippery Rocketeers are particularly good disruptors that can take them out, it's a serious disadvantage for the opposing team.
And domination, of course, is going to be a very different scenario since you may have people with heavy weapons set up, but you don't have one individual player that is very much a keystone to how the rest of the match is going to run. It really is about team coordination, speed, and to an extent, individual killing power and ability to manage your dashes and hit buttons at the right moment. Since we're going to be going through Quarry, it seems like both teams are going to take a minute to talk about it, review their strategy, maybe take a breather after that match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just kick the mic a little bit there.
Yeah, so we're going into the Quarry here, and I think Quarry's interesting. Quarry is the most payload-like domination. In that to say it's long and it takes some time and that's just how it goes.
Now it doesn't mean that the match is going to be long. Although if teams are even and they don't necessarily have a perfected top tier opening strategy, it can go for a long time. But we have seen matches like with D that take a minute and a half for the entire match.
Yeah.
It is possible to go fast.
It is
just very difficult, and you really have to be keyed in to your dash management, and you're moving as a group so that your forward player, your fastest player, doesn't get taken out right away.
Yeah, definitely. And usually with teams like this that are equal skill and whatnot, I predict that we're not going to see a terrible amount of aggression. That even if they outkilled the enemy team and got some really good rollouts, that these things might take some time, because on Quarry, teams definitely tend to be a little bit more methodical. They take time to get their whole group. They take time to really make sure that they understand what is going on, rather than in Waterway where you can kind of just go fast, and that is a very valid
hold
strategy.
Forward, and that can work for you.
Yeah, for sure. So I would not be surprised if we saw a lot of they're bringing in Dazzla from Fire. I would not be surprised if we saw a lot of kind of team grouping, taking some time, some B fights especially, But, I guess we'll see. We know that Dazzla is very good at giving his team speeches, so maybe he will corral the team into really pulling this one through, and we'll see a checkpoint or a control point.
Would also like to highlight Gadget Man was doing very well in that previous match with the flanks and with the headshots too. I'm curious to see after the match is over and the results get posted how many headshots he got. It seemed like a lot. It seemed like every other kill was due to a headshot.
Huh. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure. Yeah, we will definitely see it on the scoreboards. But I love seeing that. I love knowing how many headshots people get, honestly, because for me it's always like 2. I never ever get headshots, but the headshots and the accuracy are something that you would never be able to tell about a player unless you just saw those numbers. And it's just so funny that we see some people that are extremely fast at shooting, but they have very low accuracy, or players like me that shoot a little bit slower, but tend to have a little bit higher accuracy.
Or people who pre-fire doors a lot, like me, which sometimes you have to do as the cart rider. It probably hurts your accuracy a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how it's calculated, but I'm sure the simplest way would just be number of shots versus number of hits.
Yeah, definitely. But that's just how it goes. I hope they're probably still talking, but I hope that we can get this game going. So thank you everyone to chat. Does anyone in chat want to give some predictions? I love communicating with chat and seeing what's up with everybody.
And especially seeing what expectations people have for the game, because obviously we have our own expectations. We know some of these teams more or less than others, and we all saw the same last match, but the community as a whole is very diverse in their knowledge of the player base, and also just kind of their expectations. And if there's any non-Dash League players in the chat, then an outside perspective would be interesting to see too. But.
Yeah, definitely. I always love seeing new players come in and kind of learn the ropes of everything. But yeah, it's great, and so many things that new players bring in that old players, we've all been playing the same way for so long that I love when a new player comes in and they're like, hey, have you ever considered you know, doing this absolute basic strategy? And everyone goes, no, actually, no, I've never thought about, you know, ever doing something like that just because we've always done it this other way. But, you know, that's just how it goes.
The openers here on domination on both waterway and quarry, arguably the most important aspect, since your entire team is moving all at once, and so is the entire enemy team. How this opener goes is going to be very deterministic for whether this first point is going to be quick or long, and that goes for every single opener, honestly.
Oh, man with a perm. Oh, almost getting that Dazzler killing the flanker. That's amazing.
Trying to get that counter. It looks like one of their teammates was able to get the home base. Dazzler no longer depended on just to hold B by themselves. It looks like they're trying to find the balance between whether to hit the point and whether to get a kill or get health.
Ooh, that was very interesting. Someone shooting Dazzler in the back. They saw that Dazzler move to try to re-engage, and they just left him.
Maybe assumed that he was going to go back to their base. It looks like Fire's really trying to get a hold of B before moving forward.
Oh, a nice double kill.
But Sky got a hold on Fire's base. Fire just trying to get the counter. I assume Sky is very heavily holding it down, but I think all of Sky at this point might be dead, and now Fire has control of their base. Gadget Man setting up very defensively. It seems like Fire as a whole is trying to be very defensive since Sky has come out the gate very aggressive. Trying to counter a push and then move forward afterwards. Gadget Man kind of dedicated as base defender, it seems like. Grabbing the dashes, not letting anyone on Sky grab the dashes. Oh,
he's pushing out.
Looks like he left that forward dash. Hopefully no one on Sky is able to grab that. If no one on Sky just pushes past these Fire players on B or in the tunnel, then no harm done. But I usually like to take that front dash no matter who I am, even if I have a dash already. Unless I know a teammate's right there, because it's better that I take the dash and my teammates don't get help than the enemy is freely able to move through the base.
It seems like Gadget Man is kind of just not grabbing any dashes, because we see that B dash is totally open, and B absolutely is it. Look, and see the enemy grabs it because he just left it there, and I don't really know what he was expecting or waiting for there. I don't know. Maybe he was waiting for Noble to roll out. Noble was like, hey, save me a dash, but he definitely should have taken it to make sure that Wanderer here, who now has an insane amount of dashes, couldn't just get a double kill.
Or had an insane amount until he used them all. But now he's recharging the dashes, trying to move forward with his teammates, not let anyone on Fire move past to B. Sky really getting this team push up and running. I assume Wanderer is going to be watching this backline.
Oh.
Gadget Man getting that headshot I was talking about earlier, though.
Oh, Gadget countering.
Counter, and Fire has control of B. Now Fire only has control of B. Sky's going to need to turn around and get that before they can hold down Fire's base. Noble getting 2 out of the 3 Sky players positioned there. I think there might be one more Sky player hidden somewhere. I don't know when they're going to pop out.
They might still be hidden over there. Let's go see if they're going to hit the base soon or if they ended up getting taken out. Oh, and they're still there.
Giving us a little wave. All right. So fully expect, like what happened right there, that the countdown is starting because that flanking player was able to come out of their hidey hole. Fire has solid control of B, though, so Sky is going to need to turn around and get control of that. Dazzler and Noble both setting up on B. It seems like Dazzler's moving forward. Noble's committed to not letting Sky move past here, kind of making space for his team to move into the enemy base.
Oh, nice little headshot there by Noble. What gun skin is that? I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's not the... he just checked it for you. It looks like.
Yeah, right.
It's like winter camo or something like that. I'm sure it has a different name, but that's what I think of whenever I see it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Man with a perm got the rich man guns, though.
Right.
Richer than the golden pistols, I think.
Snarkle saying Sky 2-0 full 25-minute game. I would not be surprised, especially based off how this is going. We're almost at 5 minutes here and not a single score. So I think we're definitely going to see something close to the full 25 minutes unless we see one of the teams completely, change their strategy. Kind of going back to what I was saying before, that I think we're going to see a lot of very slow plays here. Which with the current MMR, can be good, it can be bad. It's definitely bad for the loser team to take long, or for the winner team to take longer. But if you, know that your waterway is not too great, it's much better to take a long time and win than it is to, lose in a short amount of time.
I also think it's important to note that Fire has yet to get a single countdown up to this point. They might have one that I missed, but it really seems like Sky has gotten every single countdown this game. And Fire has had control of their own base and of B, and occasionally the enemy base, but hasn't been able to hold down all three for even a second. Whereas Sky has been able to push forward consistently, really keep this offense up, and it's just a matter of time before they get that perfect hold that they're working towards. I think Fire really needs to be slightly more aggressive and maybe change up whatever's happening in Tunnel. I don't know whether Tunnel is able to make it forward to the enemy base consistently or not. We just really haven't watched the POV of anyone who happens to be going through Tunnel. Maybe Fire is watching Tunnel, but only really sending players through B, which would make sense since B is a very important button, and it's one of the ones that you have to take the counter. There we go. That was a countdown and then a reverse countdown. Bird Fever moving through the tunnel. I assume expecting someone from Fire to be there. Just as I talk about it, we get a little bit of a tunnel fight there.
Yeah, and a good clear by Noble. You know, you definitely want your fast, good players like Noble to, be in the enemy base. He didn't take that dash there. I would have taken that dash and tried to run with the money. But, Noble says, I don't even need it. I can just get a full
Why
wipe.
run with the money when I can kill him?
And he still gets the dash anyway. Amazing play by Noble there. Kind of, saving his team from a little bit of grief. But it looks like he's going to be taken out here.
And it's just Gellert Arthur left in this countdown. 1 point for Sky. That was just unfortunate timing. That's what I meant by the cards falling into place. You got to keep trying and trying. Until your opponent makes a mistake. Oh no! That is unfortunate.
That's how it goes. Let's give Sky a little bit of love here. That is really unfortunate. Fathead has the audio now. I turned it up a little bit. But yeah. Oh, we're seeing Sky putting 2 through tunnel. I honestly expected them to only send 1. There we go. Okay. But Bird Fever taking him out, moving into the enemy base. We might see a quick score here.
That's what I meant by the openers being very important. It seems like Sky tried to lock something down, but wasn't quite able to get the hold on B and Fire's base all at once. Money really able to push past. It seems like, in general, Sky's tunnel pushing is working a lot better than Fire's, but Fire is consistently able to get control of B just a little bit more than Sky has been able to. That's kind of an interesting dynamic to see there.
Yeah, well, I think that should be fine now. Ooh, Arthur getting a nice little pick on money there. But
Money
B is
shot.
still being owned by Sky. Oh, didn't get the health. Gets taken out by Dazzler. I think we've seen Dazzler do a lot of nice, tricky dashing. Getting behind people, or when people get behind him, he knows how to counter it. That's something that, even a lot of really pro league players struggle to do. And so I think that's really impressive from a brand new player like Dazzler. Oh, and gets taken out by Man with the Perm, though. Having the high ground is always very important. I think Man with the Perm was the one that he took out earlier, so he came back with vengeance.
Probably knew about how far Dazzler could make it, just with the few dashes that he has. And now Sky is set up, taking over B, trying to push forward into Fire's base. That's a good kill there, but Sky doesn't have any dashes to continue pushing forward. Gadget Man getting a good flank. I think they're going to steal B. Another teammate was able to steal B. Gadget Man just moving forward steadily. Maybe gonna take that dash? Yeah, looks like it.
Nice. Finally, we're seeing Gadget change it. Get that B dash. Maybe he learned from his past mistake. Maybe he didn't even realize it was up last time. Oh, getting skipped there, and Arthur doesn't even know that someone's behind him. Takes out Man with a Perm, but I think there is still one more person at least around B if they're not entering Fire's base right now.
Looks like Fire just needs to push forward. Take Sky's base, not give them any space, because otherwise the Sky players are just going to flank around them and be able to take control of that B point once again and get another countdown like they did just now.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing Man with the Perm. He's kind of taking some space, holding down B and the enemy base at the same time.
Trying to prevent that counter on B. Unfortunately, not able to get the kill that he needs. It looks like Why is he not taking the B button?
Focus
Does he not know? He probably just didn't know that a countdown was happening, or maybe he was waiting for his teammates to get a certain number of kills. Unsure.
Oh, gets taken out.
Yeah, Noble gets a good kill there. I think there might be one Sky player. Yeah,
there we go.
Nope.
This is Gadget Man. I don't know if he's in his own base. It looks like he's in his own base.
Yeah, he was taking out a flanker. It might have been Money hiding in that spot once again. 2 Sky players over in the tunnel, Noble and Moo Cow.
He just shot through Moo Cow and got that kill.
And another kill. Good headshot there. We'll see if Noble's going to be aggressive and really try and take the enemy base. It looks like they are. Fire just needs to get control of B. If they can get control of B, they can win this.
Oh, wow, but Sky turns it around. I mean, Noble's still able to counter, but, You know, his team. Oh,
Oh,
post
a little bit of post dash there. Bird Fever getting a good kill there. That was the first solid countdown I've seen in a while from Fire though. That was good. Another one of those types of pushes I think could get them the point and tie up the game. We're already about halfway through, maybe a little more than that at this point in the match.
Yeah, and you know what? With only one score being 15 minutes in, whichever team ends up winning definitely is going to take a little hit on that MMR. But, you know, if Sky does end up taking this, they're going to make up for it by the fact that they won that payload pretty handedly with about 50% lead or so.
Because MMR is averaged out between domination and payload and control point if it goes to that.
Absolutely. But if Fire can take this and also take the control point, then they absolutely can still end up gaining a pretty decent amount of MMR, especially if that control point goes heavily in their favor, which I know that control point is one of Fire's definitely preferential maps.
Fire's really trying to stay consistent with their pushes, I think, and not get too greedy or desperate.
Oh!
Money pushing forward with their entire team, though. That's a great push. They just weren't able to hold the button, though. So
if Sky had just put all 4 on, they would have just won right there.
Just an Onyx hold, yeah. I would have loved to see that. There's still Sky players in Fire's base. Good kill there. Not able to hold the button. Fire getting a good clear.
But now we know Sky is probably going to be rolling out, and they're going to be pretty grouped up with how they're rolling out because they all died at a pretty close time. Well, I speak for the devil. I guess not. Gummy Bear's still coming in a little bit late to his team. Ends up stealing Fire's dash and gets taken out.
Looks away from Dazzler at just the wrong moment. It looks like he expected that Dazzler didn't see him, and Dazzler did. Turned around. Got the kill. Man with the perm. Moving forward from B. No, on to B.
There you go. Doesn't take the engagement. And just
it looks like it was prioritizing trying to get the button over getting the kill there. Maybe expected that he was seen and the timing of it would just work out that he could take the point. Sky getting another countdown and getting cleared out once again. Another countdown. Not quite.
Fire's very holed up in their base right now, though. Arthur's doing a good idea of pushing out even though he knows that someone's in their base, and he's just relying on the skill of his team to take out that one that was pushing into his base, because he knows that if they turtle and they all wait around their base, it's just a matter of time before Sky can outkill them and make it.
Unfortunately, Wanderer knew just the position to check for Arthur. I'm sure there was a call out that Arthur had snuck into their base. Noble getting a good kill there, not letting Sky get control of B or really even move into it. Hopefully his teammates are following up behind because Gummy Bear just took him out.
Oh, Gummy Bear getting
a countdown.
Oh, Focus is getting health over holding down that button. I mean, it seems like he probably couldn't have won that engagement because it was a 2v1 anyway, but, you know, if you're scoring, you got to be holding that button. You got to be making sure that it's going.
And Fire is getting a countdown. Hopefully they're able to keep control of Sky's base. Not quite. Mukau with the shocks, though. Really trying to hit that button and then shoot the button afterwards, expecting Sky to go for it. That was almost a very good hold there. And I assume a solo hold, too. Hopefully if Fire can set up another one of those, they can get that 1 point that they need to tie things up. We've still got about 12 minutes left on the match. And unfortunately for us casters, since we have a match soon, we're only going to be here for another 8-ish minutes.
Yeah, definitely. So let's hope that Sky can end up, you know, getting some points, or Fire can end up getting some points, and we'll see the end of this quarry. But, you know, Quarry's known for going long. I mean, if you ask any League players what's the longest map that you ever played, they all say Quarry, you know, and because it's such a large map, and that doesn't make it a bad map, that just makes it an interesting one. It's definitely different from what we see on most Hyperdash matches, that, you know, even though payloads and whatnot are pretty big, you know, you cut them in half, and then not only that, but you're really only focused on the area around the cart, so Hyperdash is very much a game that prioritizes and rewards CQB, and playing huge maps with super long range requires you to have extreme accuracy and your hands to be very still.
Looks like Arthur's trying to steal dashes, wasn't quite able to do it. Gummer Bear getting that good post dash there. Sky has control of B and their own base. They just need control of Fire's base, but it looks like Fire's not letting that happen. Able to push forward. Only Gummy Bear, I think, left alive on Sky. Now getting killed. Sky needs to go back and retake B because Fire's about to take it from them.
Red takes B. Blue takes B.
Gadget Man setting up with Noble there, taking control of B, and going for a defensive hold. Personally, I would push forward a little bit further to where Sky is going to peek. And it's okay if Sky can see you because you can see them. You're the one who's set up. You have the advantage with choosing your position. Sky has to just move forward and hopefully grab B. Lots of fights at B. Lots of fights at B throughout this entire match, it seems like.
Blue takes A.
It looks like Fire has solid control of B. Just got their own base. Now needs to push forward because Sky just took B. Wanderer took out Dazzler. That was a good call out there, calling out that he was in the sniping position.
Blue takes
Wanderer
B.
taking B. Probably telling his teammates, go, go, go. Time to move forward. We need to go ahead and grab Fire's base, not let them respawn and retake B like they did just now. Good counter by Wanderer in Fire's base, trying to get another hit on their point. Just barely not getting taken out until just now by Gadget Man.
Red takes C.
Now Sky only has control of B, but if Fire doesn't get B soon, Sky's about to get their own base, I'm sure. Like they did just now. There we go, now we're back to neutral. Gadget Man moving forward, following up his teammate, not quite able to catch up with him in time to take out Gummy Bear in a 2v1. So Gummy Bear gets 3 1v1s in a row, and is now going to try and go for a countdown on Fire's base. Good kill by Gummy Bear, not holding the button though, and Mukau punishes that.
Red takes A.
Fire has control of their own base and of Sky's base. If they're able to take out these Sky players quickly, get their own base back, and grab B, looks like they're not going to be able to... Well, if they grab B and take out this last Sky player, they can get a point. I don't know if there's any Fire players left in Sky's base. It seems like no, because there's no countdown happening currently. Fire only just now clearing out their own base. Noble making his way through the basement. Trying not to get taken out by Bird Fever. Bird Fever just too quick on the draw there. Now waiting for the dash. Hopefully he's not taken out by anyone popping around the corner like what happened just now. Good job by Arthur. Very aggressive push. And I think perfectly taking that dash too. Now hopefully nobody's going to check in this alley here for him. As he sets up behind the corner, checks his watch, tries to make sure there's no countdown going on, waits for the right time to push. Telling his teammates, I'm tucked in the enemy base. Go ahead and take B. I'll take their button. Or waiting for a countdown. Goes ahead and counters on Sky's base, gets killed. Just unfortunate timing for the respawn of Man with a Perm. Sky getting a countdown. Noble going ahead and catching Fire's own base back. Man with a Perm moving forward, trying to grab that dash, and now this is the aggression. This is the aggression I'm talking about that I want to see out of Fire. Is just continually moving forward, not setting up in B unless you actively see an enemy in front of you. You gotta keep pushing forward into the enemy base. Put the pressure on their end. Don't let them get towards you. Fire recently on this point has been a lot better about sneaking forward into Sky's base, but Sky unfortunately right there was not able to get the team push they needed to actually secure a point. And 3 of them get taken out, 2 of them by Noble. Noble waiting for that dash, really just hoping that the dash respawns perfectly in time. Or not. Letting his teammate grab the dash while he pushes forward. Money getting a good headshot there. And Arthur just getting taken out just now. Money moving forward through the tunnel. Probably going to counter at Fire's base if Fire is about to get Sky's base.
Whew.
Good kill by Noble. There's one more there. He knew what to expect. Good peek around the corner. Now waiting for the bottom dash there. What's up?
Do you want to go start rallying troops and everything and get
Yep.
everything ready, and I'll just keep, and then just yell when you're ready.
Well, this has been great. I've been not Gollum. I've got to go set up a lobby, warm up for our match. I'll see you guys next time. Good luck to Fire.
Don't worry, you got delicious Willow here to come in for the casting, make everything go all right. Oh, well, we see Fire. Sky actually almost getting a score right there. Getting taken out, though. Wanderer checking his corners. That's very good on Wanderer, making sure that his base is clear. But kind of rotating backwards. Oh, is he double clearing his base? Making sure every little nook and cranny is covered. I mean, it's good to know that someone's not tucking your base, but definitely that means that Wanderer can't join the rest of his team. And right now that they're scoring... Oh, I guess it turned out. I guess they knew that Dazzle was in there. It all paid off having Wanderer in that base. We see Arthur rolling up from his base now, clearing corners as well. Moving out to B. Ooh, takes out Man with the Perm. Arthur getting the button. And we see that his own team kind of rotating backwards. Might get shot in the back here by who is... Oh, man, we see 4 Fire at B. One of them gets taken out. They take out one of the... Now we got 3 Fire here at B, rolling out to the enemy base. You definitely want to see them rolling out, taking as much space as they can, doing what they can. One of them gets taken out by Wanderer, though, going the flank. And then Arthur's down. That's a whole group up that just got ruined. And that's a wipe. This is going to be a point for Sky. Oh, that was amazing team coordination by by Fire. But, you know, Sky just kind of turned it around at that last possible minute. And that's what you want to see. Gummy Bear rolling out, taking front dash. Kind of slow dashes. You know, oh, Red is the team that is actually closer to that dash on B, and Blue ended up getting it because Fire just kind of took a minute to roll out and do what they can, even though he has the advantage. Now we see Gummy Bear tucking into the enemy base, waiting for something to happen. Let's move to someone with a little bit more action. Moo Cow and Noble, it seems, rolling out a tunnel right here, moving to the enemy base. Moo Cow getting taken out, but Noble taking out money. Oh, almost a score. Oh, excuse me. Noble in the enemy base. Probably going to get taken out here, though. Yeah, definitely. It's hard to take on 3 Sky like that all by yourself. You would hope that your team would be able to come through and help you out, but it seems that his team was taking a long time to get out of B. Kind of what I was thinking is that, you know, if you're going B side, you have to be comfortable being told by the tunnel people, like, hey, we got to go. We got to be fast. Like, I can't be here forever. And the tendency definitely is to hold down B for a super long time. But we might see Sky, oh, get the final lockdown here, gets taken out. Is there anyone still around this base? Money tucked in the backlines, gets about to get taken out by Moo Cow here, though. Man, both teams have been doing amazing by checking their corners and making sure that everything's clear. Rolling out, now here's Moo Cow waiting for a dash. Sprinting to it, interesting. Oh, whoa. Just 2 Sky standing there. That was intimidating. Moo Cow rolling back for the health, trying to secure his own base. But, you know, the longer that Fire keeps a bunch of people on their own base like this, the longer it gives Sky to kind of roll out, push out, and give them something to fight at their own base. You know, you kind of want to take the fights away from your home base. That's the ideal scenario. Oh, Moo Cow get a nice little fight pick there on the one that took out Noble. Might get taken out here by Money, though. Money shooting him in the back. Moo Cow trying to run away and leave the engagement, but ends up killing him and then getting that health. So now Mooney's in the enemy base. He's just waiting for his dashes. He's going to try to tuck behind. Gets a nice little pick on Moo Cow again there. He's just getting no break. Oh, Money tucked in their little back area of the base, waiting for his team to secure B, but it seems that Fire actually ended up securing his own team's base. Now all Fire needs is their own, oh no, the enemy base. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so far it seems that Snarples is going to be right, unless Sky or Fire can pull out something, you know, really pull something out here in the last few minutes. It looks like it's going to be 2-0 full 25 minutes.
Scores countered. Red takes B.
Boom. Okay. Sorry, just making sure the stream's all running all right. Gadget Man. Oh, Sky might get a little score here. Oh, no, not quite. We see multiple of Sky here at B. Hopefully they're going to roll out. Gets a nice little headshot on Dazzler there. And that's the headshot accuracy with Man with a Perm that we were talking about. We do see 3 Sky. Wow, outside of Fire's base. One of them gets taken out, but there's a nice little group up by Sky. You hope that they can go fast and capitalize on those kills that they got, though, because if they take a while to get to the enemy base after they got those kills, they're going to have to end up killing the same people twice. It's only a 5-second respawn time. So, you know, that's really not a long time. You really got to go there and start countering. And even if it's not a real score like this one here, you know that you locked out the enemy, even just for 3 seconds, which can give you enough time to really get your bearings and do what you need to do. Money, not knowing someone's behind him, he might... Oh, I'm amazed that Money's still alive right here. We got 1 minute left. It's definitely looking like Snarples is going to be right with a 2-0, 25 minutes. If so, Sky will not be probably gaining too much MMR from that. You know, only getting 2 points and taking the full 25 minutes, you know, maybe 20, 30. I don't know off the top of my head. The MMR is a little confusing, but, you know, they definitely could have gotten more probably had they played a waterway. But, you know, if I wouldn't be surprised if Fire was the one who asked for the quarry. 35 seconds. It's in, you know, we see Fire turtling in their own base. If you have 35 seconds and you need even 1 or 2 scores, just roll out at this point. You should have absolutely no one in your base and just being as aggressive as possible, because them getting a third point, you know, it's not a huge difference. You're losing either way. But, you know, you could try to last minute pull out a point, you know, do what you can, reset the clock, and try to get something through. But it seems like it's just going to be this 2-0. Let's see if Sky is anywhere fighting at B. Oh, wow. Sky. Oh, and they get the counter. So, yep, 2-0 Sky. Wow, Snarples, you know, I'm not Dre, I don't have things to give away, but I definitely would have given something to you had I, you know... But, you know, Sky Wanderer, 49, 43, 14,000 points. Really good job by Wanderer there. Wow, but we see everyone dropping out. Congratulations to Sky on winning this. Huge congratulations to them. They definitely deserved it. And thank you, everyone, for joining in. I'm glad that we ended up getting the whole cast in here. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations, Snarples, for absolutely nailing that. That'll be the end of the stream. This has been Willow. Everyone say a great thank you to Knock.